Hi everyone, I'm delighted to have you here. Today we have David McNiven, founder of Book Direct, to talk to us about website accessibility and the importance of having an high impact website for charitable organisations. So first of all, David, welcome and thanks for your time today.
No problem.
And could you just first of all give us an overview of your work at Book Direct, please?
Of course, yeah. So Book Direct is a small digital marketing consultancy which helps businesses improve their presence online. So this generally tends to be the websites, how they're designed and optimized, but also is around how to direct customers to your website. So which channels do you use in order to get them to land on your site and then crucially engage? So we utilize techniques such as search engine optimization, which is SEO, paid search marketing, email marketing, and social media. And so the business kind of helps those businesses utilize those channels in the most effective way.
Brilliant. And I guess sort of the question that a lot of charities will have is what's the most important website feature that every organisation should consider including on their site?
Sure. Well, generally, the most important element of any website is having a really clear and compelling call to action, i.e., when that user visits your site, what is it that you actually want them to do? You don't necessarily want them just to browse the website and click off. There needs to be some sort of action. So whether it's donating or volunteering or even learning more about the cause, the call to action should be prominently displayed and easy to find on every page. And the way to think about it is if you were looking at a hotel website, for example, you would expect to see a book now button across that front page, but also throughout the site because the hotel is wishing you to book on their website. And in a similar vein, charities need to look at what do they actually want the user to do. Now, on some pages, it might be slightly different. They might be more around the learning more, depending on where they are on the website. But ultimately, donating and volunteering are going to be the key call to actions. And so really it's important to kind of make sure that the visitors are not only informed about the charity's mission, but also encouraged to take meaningful actions to support it. How can they help the charity rather than just learn?
Brilliant. No, that's really, really useful. And I guess sort of if an organisation has made the decision to have a website, then the next most important thing is the functionality you've spoken about,
Yeah,
but also making sure that anyone who visits that site feels they can navigate it well.
sure.
So what would your tips be for making sure that the website is accessible and user-friendly?
Sure. I mean, there's several different factors which help with accessibility and user friendliness or UX in website speak. So, firstly, when the website is being designed, is to have accessibility at the forefront of that design process. So, ensuring that it's accessible for those with disabilities and also involves using things like alternative text for images, provides caption for videos, and that's just useful for people who may not be able to listen to the video there, right there and then. They might be commuting or unavailable to watch it back right then with sound. Using things like high contrast colors for readability and implementing keyboard navigation for those who cannot use a mouse and just to help them, understand and move around the website in the right way. Secondly, things like responsive design, so making sure that the website is responsive, but crucially is mobile friendly. The vast majority of website traffic nowadays is through mobile devices. So it's really important to design with the mobile journey in mind. And also important that the screen size adapts depending on which device your user is utilizing. I think it's really key to simplify navigation, so keeping it simple but intuitive, using things like clear headings and subheadings, and organizing the content logically to help users find what they're looking for, but fast and easily. The page load speed is really important, so optimizing that, making sure that users experience a fast loading website, which means that you minimize the image sizes. You can utilize techniques such as leveraging browser caching, which basically means that not all the web pages loaded as soon as the customer lands on the page. It's loaded sequentially depending on where they scroll. And then reducing anything like that will slow down the website. So things like plugins or scripts, HTML in particular can slow down the website or JavaScript. Providing the information really clearly. So for charities, communicating your charity's mission and goals and impact, particularly in that first kind of hero image, which is the first thing that consumers will see. Use plain language, don't overcomplicate it, avoid jargon and acronyms, things that are going to confuse users potentially, and make sure that your message resonates with the visitors. I think using a lot of visual content is really important. So using photos, videos, even infographics, they can really help bring things to life and can create much stronger connections with the audience. I think offering lots of different options in terms of donations, making it easy for them to donate via credit cards or PayPal or bank transfer, whichever is their preference. And then also looking at ways that you can get people to contribute regularly through direct debit or whichever format works best for that for your charity. Keeping the website fresh, regularly updating the content, the latest news events, success stories, and case studies. This shows that your website and your organization is active and also transparent about its activities. And then lastly, making sure that you're getting a lot of feedback from users, from people who built the website and testing it. And every time you make a change, make sure that it goes through a testing process to make sure that the website isn't adversely impacted by any changes that you make. But then also on an ongoing basis, make sure that you continue optimizing the customer journey so that users know exactly what they need to do, and that conversion rate for somebody visiting the website and actually taking action is as strong as possible. And this makes sure that the website remains user-friendly, but also generally accessible to all. Because if you make changes and don't necessarily think about the accessibility impacts, then that's going to have a poor user experience and then impact the success or otherwise of the website.
That's really, really helpful. And yeah, so I guess sort of one of the messages there is just to kind of keep things as simple as possible and keep the user at the heart of their design. And I'm just very grateful for your time today and your insights.
My pleasure.
And anyone who's watching, if you're interested in identifying any support that we can help through the sector support program at Community Foundation, please do get in touch and we'll help to optimize your website and other systems wherever possible. But thank you so much for your expertise and your time today, David. And I've learned a lot and hope that everyone watching has too. Thank you.
Thank you very much.